the world would have made a lot more sense if we would have just kept a system based off of trade. And they're like, okay, well, how are you going to do this? And how are you going to do that? And how would you have figured this out? How would you have figured that out? I'm like, whoa, dude. I don't have just all the answers on a fucking whim. It's hundreds of thousands of people that put these ideas together to make all these processes work. So don't just expect me to fucking know everything. And they're like, well, how can you have an idea without knowing everything? I'm like, all right, big fella, chill out, all right? I just think it would make a lot more sense, though. Like, you could still have to go to school to be a doctor, and you could still have to get some type of licensing to be a doctor. But if I show up to you, and I'm like, hey,
how are you going to pay for the licensing with, like, your farm crop? You're like, here's 10 sheep.
I don't know. Yeah, you got to do something.
Here's a loaf of bread.
For real, though. Like, if I fucking grow corn and that's what I do, I'm a fucking corn farmer, then, like, I can trade corn for something. Like, if actual currency wasn't a thing, that would be the currency. You know what I'm saying?
But there
or
needs to
labor.
be a demand. There needs to be a demand for it. So if you have, like, let's say you have, like, a bunch of corn or whatever,
yeah,
and you want these services, but, like, nobody wants corn. They're like, hey, I already got corn from
then you
Bob.
better find out somebody who wants corn.
It's just not a very effective system.
Oh,
like,
yeah, because money,
currency
because
the
fucking
middle ground.
Oh,
the
yeah.
bridge.
Okay, so currency has just proven to
It's
be
just
so...
the same value.
It's proven to work out so fucking well
The
for us,
reason
hasn't
the reason it hasn't worked is because of it. Well, not even that it hasn't worked. It does work.
Because
but the reason that it has it
because
like
people are greedy. They're always going to want more money so they can get more things.
Sure, but I mean, the easiest way to achieve that is through government. Like 100%. Like to enact laws and to make things happen so to sway the market in your favor.
This doesn't sound very anarchist.
No, I'm criticizing that system. That's why I'm an anarchist. Because government is there to skew the market.
Okay, so if you're an anarchist and you're living, how are you going to get shit that you don't have?
I can purchase it.
How are you going to purchase it? When there's anarchy, there's no government. You're going to have to trade something.
No, you go work for somebody and they pay you, and then you go buy things.
That's the same shit I was just talking about.
That's not trade, though. That's like with the currency.
Bro,
like, what, if you're going to work for someone, they're going to pay you.
If there's anarchy, there's no government. So who's making the money?
It's just...
The money has to be controlled. Otherwise, people could just... No, it doesn't.
Otherwise, it's people just the same value.
So if fucking these are money... You could just get a huge influx of more money, which then causes inflation.
Well, the object doesn't matter. It's just a transparent action between the action of like working and like getting the thing that you earn from work.
So why couldn't I work for fucking food?
You could if you want to negotiate that, but it's just a stupid system. Like the reason that currencies happen is because it naturally evolved. Because it's like, hey, you know, I don't necessarily want to limit.
I don't trust anything you say anymore. There's not gonna be the American dollar if this had just been all anarchy all the time. There'd be nobody to control whether that money is even really money.
That's not true. Like it's there's a value that the people are gonna agree to and come to. Nobody has to make the money. It's there.
Then where does the money come from?
Well, I mean, the real way to do is you just go back to the gold standard, which is then there's actually like kind of that value in that sense. That would be like the ultimate way to do it. But I mean, I think you could just use you don't have to like change the whole thing. We have this existing currency, fine. Just take the government out of it. And and then the price of everything will go down. We'll still have like a base value for like, okay, this water is $2.
Still, even if they're not controlling the money, somebody still has to control the money, though.
No, they don't.
You have to know where the money comes from, dude. Because if you don't know where the money comes from, and so now there's nobody actually controlling it, so I managed to get away with printing a shit ton of fake money. Even if that money keeps getting passed along, things get inflated. Well, I got hundreds of dollars. So these are more expensive now. Everybody's got money. So these aren't a penny anymore. They're now $1.
But you wouldn't do that because you wouldn't get your like return value. Like every time they've done that, they've printed more money. Like everything drops. Like there's in Venezuela, they like printed a fuck ton of money, and there's like pictures of people holding like huge stacks of dollar bills to go buy like loaves of bread. Like that was how ridiculous the inflation got. Like that's
anarchy.
If that happens in the free market, there's going to be an immediate repercussion. I'm not mental enough.
You better drink that water, but you said.
I'm passionate.
That cotton mouth getting to you.
I don't need water. I don't need government water.
God damn it. I'm going to drink pond water. Oh, shit.
I'm only going to drink free market water.
But no, there's really an issue. There's a reason why it takes so many hoops to jump through to be able to fucking create your like own self-supporting system. Like there's places where it's illegal to collect rainwater.
Yeah. That's
some places where like in the city you can't grow certain crops.
Yeah, well, I think people should just figure that out on their own. I don't see why that somebody needs to come in and say this is what you need to do. Like, people are capable. They're able to figure that out on their own. And if they don't, they don't. That's just how it is.
That's why the government should just go away, take the money with them.
They don't have to take any money with them.
Yeah, they can just take the money and we'll keep the stuff.
The idea that, like, this, like, an object that is like worth value that we go buy for, that's just like the value that's going to become non-existent just isn't true. Like things still have natural value. Like our cameras
that's why you trade them, because things have natural value.
You can trade them for the value of currency. It's just, I'm not saying that like you can't trade. I'm just saying it's a system that makes way more sense, and there's a reason that we've come to that system. And it's not because like it's not, I mean, maybe it's government instituted it. I don't know the history on that, but like the idea that you need government for that to run that is just, I don't agree with that.
I just don't understand who's going to control the money.
We'll just control it ourselves.
Everybody's just going to control the money.
People will just have that conversation when it comes to a case by case scenario. Like whatever, you want this, I want that, and we come to a value. Or if you want trade, it's possible, but currency I'm just saying that currency makes more sense. That's why it's a thing.
I don't think it makes more sense at all.
I think we're going in circles.
Yeah, 100%. Because I'm still not, like, I just don't understand. You're like talking about we'd control it ourselves. 300 million people are just all going to control the money themselves?
Yeah.
How?
I mean, we already do in a sense. Like, we pay bills. We, like, go out and buy groceries. Like, that's not like we're capable of doing that.
I'm talking about, like, where the money comes from, though. Like, there's automatic... If I have more money...
If you do a service for somebody, they pay you.
Yeah.
That's what keeps it going. That's how you get money. You work for people. They give you money. I'm saying
people could just pop up with money, though.
But
way easier than what they could now. They could 100% pop up with more money.
Well, again, if you go to the gold standard, I think that's I don't know. I'm not a fucking economist, man. I'm an anarchist who needs it to be educated. I will acknowledge that. I'm very newly an anarchist.
I think it makes much more sense to be like, my family needs cattle, so I work for this person to earn cattle.
That could be a trade that you want to come to. That's fine.
Food on the side of just our cattle. And so, fucking whoever in the family else works for food.
Yeah. That's fine. If you want to do it that way. It's totally cool.
I guess, like, when currency does make more sense, though, when it comes to, like, electricity and shit like that, though.
Yeah.
Because you have to have, like, a whole plant to provide an entire area. And then everybody would have to have like separate contracts and shit.
Yeah, like what are you gonna do? Give like a loaf of bread.
They made shit too complicated. The world's too complicated. I don't like it.
I can agree with that. I can agree with you there.